In our previous episode, we discussed the future EV plan of Kia, which was unveiled at the 2022 Investor Day presentation. At the event, Kia announced its aggressive new EV plan to release up to 14 EV models by the year 2027, which is up from 11 models as announced last year at the same Investor Day presentation. This new plan includes introducing at least 2 models a year until 2027, and is to include 8 SUVs, 3 sedans, and 3 pickups and commercial vehicles. Following up on the previous episode, we will complete exploring all 14 model lineup of Kia in this issue, so please hold on tight right to the end, as we have a lot of new models to cover, including a new exciting hatchback. Before we go on, we'd highly appreciate your support by subscribing and turning on the notification bell, if you haven't already. And please don't forget to like, comment, and vote on the question that's presented at the end of the video. For the first time in Korean car history, Kia has revealed a plan to introduce not only 1 but 2 new electric pickup trucks, which includes 1 full-size model that competes with the likes of the Ford F-150 Lightning, primarily for the developed markets, and 1 medium-sized pickup that's to compete with the models such as Toyota Hilux and Ford Ranger Double Cab for the developing markets, such as Southeast Asia and South America. Kia's pickup trucks have long been discussed, and it's definitely overdue, especially after the release of the Hyundai Santa Cruz, but this is the first time that it has been formally confirmed by the CEO of the company. Another vehicle that was often talked about but is finally being materialized is the PBVs, or purpose-built vehicles for the commercial sectors. Kia announced its robust plan for the B2B side of the business, which includes creating various dedicated EV chassis for business use. To be the first of the PBVs is the new Kia Niro Plus EV. This new PBV is developed based on the outgoing Niro EV, which is renowned for its quality and long range at an affordable price, and still remains to be one of the best-selling electric cars in Europe until the new second-generation model comes out this summer. The Niro Plus, which is designed to be cheaper to produce while reaping the benefits of the proven Niro EV platform, has a higher roof for more passenger and cargo space as well as larger windows to be ideal for taxi and car hailing services. After these 3 specialized trucks and PBV models, there are to be 8 SUVs and 3 standard car models left in Kia's 14 model lineup, and we have already previously covered 2 of the most sought-after models. The first one was the EV9, which is a Telluride-size electric SUV with a length of 5 meters and a wheelbase of 3.1 meters, that's actually longer than that of the Cadillac Escalade. As a replacement for the body-on-frame Kia Mojave, the current king of Kia SUVs, the Kia EV9 will be the largest and the most luxurious model of Kia's EV lineup, with the seating for up to 8, and the Genesis-like luxury appointments that could pose a threat to the likes of Cadillac and Range Rover. The second model is the medium-sized SUV that's to have an approximate length and width of the EV6, but with a higher height to take the shape of a more traditional SUV with a taller and boxier roofline as well as more generous ground clearance. As an SUV version of the EV6, it will utilize the similar drivetrain as its crossover sibling, but it's expected to be a smaller 3-row SUV with the capacity to accommodate 6 or 7 passengers, and much more cargo, which was the low-slung 4-door coupe-like crossover's biggest weakness. For more information on the EV9 and the EV7, please check out our previous episodes. The third SUV of the lineup is to be the much-anticipated EV4, which will be a smaller version of the EV6. It's to have dimensions similar to the current Kia Seltos, and underpinned by the eGMP dedicated EV platform as the bigger siblings. Accordingly, it will feature the state-of-the-art 800-volt architecture featuring ultra-fast charging time, as well as the V2L and V2G bidirectional charging system. The drivetrain is also to be a derivative of the EV6 system, featuring 168 horsepower single-motor rear-wheel drive configuration, and 232 horsepower dual-motor all-wheel drive setup, paired with 58 kWh battery. The EV4 is also expected to be the first EV model to feature the LFP chemistry battery to further reduce the estimated starting price of $35,000 when released in 2023. The expected range of the compact electric SUV, which is primarily designed for sale in Europe, is 250 miles or 400 kilometers. The fourth SUV is to be the EV1, the smallest model in the lineup. The EV1 will be a sister car to Ioniq 1, which is classified as a city car, that's to be similar to Fiat 500 in size, with the overall length not exceeding 150 inches or 3,800 millimeters. However, with the extended wheelbase and the boxy shape, it's to offer a large for its size interior space, capable of accommodating 4 adults and plenty of cargo with the seat folded. Hyundai Casper, which is the ICE equivalent, is known to hold a whopping 940 liters or 33 cubic feet of cargo with the seats folded. to be using the BorgWarner-sourced integrated drive module, which produces up to 181 horsepower. It promises to be a powerful small car, and when combined with the 39 kWh battery inherited from Kona EV, it's expected to offer up to 300 kilometers or nearly 200 miles of range. It's a 400-volt system, so the charge time should be a bit slower than that of the 800-volt system at around 40 minutes 10 to 80%. The estimated starting price is $25,000 when it's released in 2023 or 2024, mainly targeted for Europe, but with the rumored battery leasing option, the price may be dropped to as low as $19,000. The fifth SUV, and perhaps the most interesting new release, would be the EV2. Expected to be the electric version of the Kia Sonet currently sold in the markets like India, it's essentially Kia's version of the Hyundai Venue sold in North America, or the Bayon small SUV sold in Europe. With a length of 4,120 mm or 162.2 inches, and a wheelbase of 2,500 mm or 98.4 inches, the small Sonet offers a sizable interior space. So much in fact, that there even exists a 7-passenger version called Sonet 7 in India, with the same outer dimensions. The EV2 is expected to be the strategic entry-level EV for the developing markets as mentioned in the Investor Day presentation. As such, it should be available for sub-$30,000 starting price, and LFP battery is standard. The drivetrain should be similar to that of the EV1, with an estimated release date of after 2024. The remaining 3 SUVs are derivative EVs. The first one is the model that we are already very familiar with. The all-new second-generation Kia Niro EV is expected to be going into production in May and should be released in Europe and North America as the 2023 model within this year. However, the hybrid model, which is already released in Korea, has sold out of the initial allotment of about 20,000 units for the year, and now the delivery is expected to take up to 12 months, so we would expect even higher demand for the pure EV version. The newest Niro EV is praised for its attractive new concept car design and interior that's a duplicate of the high-tech EV6, including the dual LCD screens and the rotary shifter. Although the drivetrain remains the same as the outgoing model that uses 201 horsepower front-wheel drive motor, paired with 68 kWh battery for an outstanding 239 miles or 385 kilometers EPA range, the new Niro is now a better car all around, being underpinned by the new third-generation platform renowned for its strength and safety. The new platform now allows for bigger dimensions all around, compared to the outgoing model with approximately 2 inches longer length and a 1 inch longer wheelbase. The estimated starting price is expected to be slightly higher than the previous model at around $42,000. The next and the seventh electric SUV is the long-awaited Sportage EV, which has been discussed earlier, but due to the ongoing supply chain issues, the planned release is currently being kept secret. According to some reports, the pure electric version of the popular Sportage compact SUV is already developed along with the hybrid and the plug-in hybrid, just waiting for the final go from the management for its release. The Sportage EV is expected to be available as an all-wheel drive SUV by utilizing EV6 derived drivetrain, likely to be a dual-motor all-wheel drive system with 232 horsepower. With a 64 kWh battery from Niro EV, the range is expected to be 230 miles or 370 kilometers. The estimated starting price is around $43,000. We would expect the release date to be 2024, after the chip shortage problem is resolved. The final electric SUV of the lineup is expected to be the full electrified version of the Sorento midsize 3-row SUV. When Sorento's Hyundai equivalent Santa Fe SUV undergoes a full change in 2024, it is expected to receive the pure electric drivetrain similar to that of the aforementioned Sportage EV, along with the hybrid and plug-in hybrid systems as the current model. And when that happens, the same transformation to full electrification should take place for the platform-sharing Sorento as well. The estimated starting price is $47,000 when it's released in 2025. Now on to the sedan part of the lineup. The first model is none other than the EV6, as it's classified as a sedan according to the Vehicle Development Designation of CV, which stands for Semi-Medium Kia Sedan. The next sedan model is the EV8, which would be the first and maybe the only sedan-looking product. It will be based on the Hyundai Ioniq 6, sharing the power electric systems ranging from 225 horsepower to 321 horsepower, with the performance version expected to offer up to 480 horsepower with boost mode activated, which would be derived from the Genesis GV60 to offer true sports sedan-like performance. The EV8 will be a big sedan, even bigger than the near 5 meters in length Ioniq 6, and as big as the Genesis G80. As a premium sedan, it's also expected to inherit the soon-to-be extinct Kia Stinger moniker, which would make the near 500 horsepower more meaningful. As such, it's expected to come with a liftback like the Stinger, which would be helpful for sales in Europe. Also, with a 100 kWh battery adopted from the EV9, the range is expected to be as much as 400 miles or 650 kilometers, to compete with the likes of the Tesla Model S head-on. The estimated starting price is $55,000 when it's released in 2024 or 2025. Finally, the third non-SUV product is to be the EV3, which would be Kia's version of the Hyundai Ioniq 4, which is expected to be a hot hatch and a successor to the Veloster 4-door hatchback. The Kia EV3 hatchback will be the eventual replacement for the current Kia Forte in North America and Kia Ceed in Europe. We expect the Kia EV3 and the Ioniq 4 to feature similar drivetrain as the EV4 and Ioniq 3 crossover SUVs that range from 168 horsepower to 232 horsepower, with the high-performance N version for Hyundai and the GT version for Kia, offering up to 400 horsepower driving all four wheels. We expect the hot hatches to be released after 2025, with the starting price of the low $30,000 range. Before we proceed to the end of the video question, please support the channel by joining our membership and enjoying the exclusive content and preview of the upcoming episodes. Also, don't forget to join our forum and share your passion for Korean cars at KoreanCarNews.com. As for the end of the video question, which of the newly introduced EVs interests you the most? The affordable EV2, the sporty hatchback EV3, large electric sedan EV8 that could inherit the Stinger nameplate, or the full electric Sorento EV? Please vote and share your views by clicking on the link in the comment section below or in the description. Thanks for watching AutoVision. See you next time with the latest Korean car news.